So our hero highlight today, Janet, I found this picture from our old networking group. Would you like to take a minute or two to tell everybody a little bit about this picture and about yours and Bob's service?
Sure. Bob and I are both Air Force veterans. We both served about 13 years together. And this was coming home from Desert Storm after about 8-month deployment. We were supposed to be there 3 months, and 8 months later, we finally got to come home. I was at the hospital. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. And Bob was on the flight line, and I was able to stay and actually go home with him because our air transportable hospital had left about a week before this. So that's a picture of us getting on the plane.
And you were both in the Air Force, and during what time did you say you were there?
We were in Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Desert Storm, 1990 to 1991.
Okay.
Yep. We were there
And
at the beginning till the very end.
did you have your kids before or after you went there?
We had one child at that point, Jessica. She was 2, and we sent her down to Florida to be with a bunch of our relatives who took care of her for that time. And whenever anybody would ask her, like, where's mom and dad, she'd point to the air and say TDY. She thought we were circling on a plane somewhere, I guess. I don't know.
Well, thank you both for your service, and
Sure.
thank you for sharing that. And so Janet and I've known each other, and Bob have all known each other for quite a while through networking, and we never met in person, but I feel like y'all are just like next door neighbors. And I actually have used the LifeWave products myself and can attest that they do work. And Janet also does, or they do the send out cards as well, and a lot of things. But I'm not going to steal your thunder. Is everything correct on this slide? If anybody wants to screenshot it, it is also, I put a screenshot of this on the Alignable group, so you can go and look at her information. And I'm going to quit talking so that you have more time to talk. So
It's correct. Everything looks great. Thank you.
you need to share your slides.
Okay.
Do you need to share slides?
Yes, you'll have to just let me do that.
Oops, hang on. I need to stop sharing here. All right, so you are now a co-host, so you should be able to share.
Okay. All right, I'll get that up there. Can everybody see that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me on today to talk to you a little bit about my journey from sickness to wellness as a nurse, and I'll go a little bit more into that. So here's what I'm going to cover very briefly today, since I have a short period of time, but why holistic over Western medicine, what my background and health journey is, a little bit about stem cells and why they're important, something about food and water, supplementing, exercise, and of course pickleball is the new craze in exercise, so I put that up there, and how important sleep is to your health, and then just do a quick wrap up. So why holistic? Honestly, they are able to try to get to the root of issues that you're having in your health without all the side effects that you get with Western medicine. I don't know about you all, but in my practice as a nurse anesthetist, I would get a list of medications a mile long from people, and I'd be like, well, what are you on this medicine for? And they have no idea, number one. Number two, I knew that some of the medicines were because they were having side effects from the first medicine they put them on, so they just would stick another one on there. So I'm not bashing Western medicine. There are certain times you absolutely need to have medication. And certainly if you're having a colonoscopy or a surgical procedure, you want to have to be asleep, right? You want anesthesia. So I'm not bashing that, but the majority of times, we really can do without it. So this is usually more interactive, but when you're watching TV at night or anytime during the day, only in the United States do you constantly see advertisements for medications. And they're telling you all the wonderful things that these medications do. And then there's a laundry list of side effects up to including death. Yeah, I really want to take that medication, right? So that is why I talk to you guys about holistic healing. I am a wife, and my husband, I've been very blessed to have for 44 years this week coming up. This week, the end of this week. We have 2 children, Jessica and Tyler, who I joke are brilliant because they are self-sustaining and not on our dime anymore, and they're not never been to jail. So I think therefore they're brilliant. And I told you about our Air Force time. And I've had a nursing career for 42 years. I retired last year as a nurse anesthetist. And although I miss taking care of people that way, I really love the way I get to take care of them now. So here's some pictures from Desert Storm. This one here was on the flight line. Bob was letting me look at the A-10s a little bit closer and stuff. That was fun. And then this is actually a picture. We were on Good Morning America. Actually, Bob volunteered me to be on Good Morning America. You volunteer your wife to bake cupcakes or something. You don't volunteer for national TV. But anyway, I agreed to do it since he asked me so kindly. So, and this sandbag picture is, I just threw in for fun because yes, we did a lot of sandbagging to protect our air transportable hospital. We were, constantly doing that. So let's talk about stem cells. Number one, like, what are they? Well, they are your master cells in your body. And when we're born, we're just loaded with master cells. And that's how we get from being a baby to an adult, is those stem cells are becoming different parts of our body. Skin and muscle and bone and blood cells and brain and nerve tissue, all these different things it can become. So they're very, very important in our ability to stay healthy, for things to get that are maybe getting damaged in a part of our body, like our intestines or our heart, and to get new stem cells or new cells and into that area. So it's important. And I'll talk more about why that is important here in just a little bit. So a little bit quickly about food. I'm going to talk about the F word. No, not that one. I'm going to talk about fasting. It is very important to give your body a period of rest. It helps with insulin sensitivity, so many things. You digest better, you sleep better. So it's really important to perhaps not fast for days. Like Bob likes to fast for days. I can't do that. But every day, I usually don't eat after dinner, and then I don't eat until lunchtime. Or even if you just don't eat till breakfast, that's still a good 12 to 14 hours that you're not eating. And that gives your body a rest. 80-20 rule, I think, is good in how you eat. One of the things I always tell people is, are you shopping around the outside of your supermarket where you see fruits and vegetables and lean meat and fish and that kind of thing? Or are you shopping all on the inside where it's mostly processed, highly salted processed food, lots of flour and sugar and stuff in there? This picture of vegetables, I've specifically put carnivorous vegetables up there because they actually have a enzyme in them that really helps detox your liver. So if you can tolerate, broccoli and Brussels sprouts and those kinds of things are very good for you. Water. As we get older, we just don't like to drink water because as soon as we drink water, we have to go to the bathroom, and it just is an endless process, right? Well, we're 80% water. It's really important that we drink at least 8 glasses of water a day, and ideally about half your body weight. So if you're 160 pounds, to drink 80 ounces of water. And you can sip on that all day. And what's so important about it is your digestion and your respiratory system, your brain, all these organs are really depending on being well hydrated. And here's another issue with hydration. The water that we're drinking nowadays is so processed to get all the bad things out of it. It's taking all the good stuff out of it too. All the minerals and stuff that are in water is depleted. So if you could just put a pinch of Celtic salt or sea salt in your water once a day, or little drops if you want to. I use a supplement pack that has no sugar in it, but it's got vitamins and minerals, and I put that in there. Whatever is good for you is a good thing to do. It'll help the water stay where it needs to be. I could spend lots of times on supplement. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to really focus. You can read. I want to focus on this middle one, vitamin K2. A lot of people don't know that vitamin K2 is not the one that thickens your blood. That's vitamin K. Vitamin K2 takes calcium out of your bloodstream, puts it back into your bones and teeth where it belongs, and also helps prevent that plaque formation you can get in your vessels, because cholesterol plus calcium hardens your arteries. right? It's not cholesterol by itself, which is what everybody pounds into you. So vitamin K2, if you want to know more about that, let's talk. It's a specific kind that comes from natto beans, N-A-T-T-O beans. So it's really important to get the right kind, and I'd love to just tell you more about that. And of course, vitamin D is very important, and vitamin B12. But like for time's sake, I'm not going to go into great detail on everything. So exercise. If you are not moving in some way, shape, or form, you are resting. Truly, you're resting. Your joints get stiff. You can't move as well. You can't bend as well. Your muscles get tense. So it's very important to do whatever you can do. And I hear all the time, oh, I can't run marathons anymore, or I can't play this sport or that sport. What can you do? Can you play pickleball? Can you garden? Can you do yoga? Can you go into a pool and do water aerobics? When I turned 65, I went and did chair aerobics at the gym, and I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to get anything out of chair aerobics. It was a good workout, and I was sore the next day. So you can definitely do something, even if it's just walking. So sleep is probably the most underrated aspect of our health. And one of the things I'm going to talk about is the pictures that are on here. Do you really think that people can get good sleep with those animals around them? Probably not. Whoops, I don't know why that did that. Sorry. Probably not. So it's important to get into a routine, and I'm speaking to myself for part of this. So to try to go to bed about the same time within a half hour or so each night, and get up in the morning about the same time within a half hour or so the next day. And getting about 7 to 9 hours of sleep is optimal. Some people do need a little less, and some people need a little more, but that's kind of a routine. Getting that calmness before you go to sleep, lowering the lights, maybe reading, watching something calm, not a scary movie or anything like that, limiting the light in the room you're sleeping in, and making sure that it's cool will help you sleep. And not being on your blue screen, whether it's a computer or your cell phone or your tablet. That's where I'm speaking to myself, because I'm real bad about this. That is really important, about an hour to two before bedtime, to help it not mess up your circadian rhythm and help you get to sleep. So sleep is really important. So let's wrap up. Everything I talked about today, food and water and exercise and fasting and supplementation and sleep, all these things actually help the stem cells you have left in your body to live longer, especially exercise. So exercise is extremely important. However, the problem we have as we age is by the time we're 30, we have about half functioning stem cells. By the time you're my age, at 65, you have pretty much squat, less than 10% functioning. And that's why you visibly see people age in their outward appearance, but also they start developing that dis-ease in their body. Things are starting to hurt, nothing's working quite right, can't sleep, all those things are happening, and then eventually disease. So it's really important to understand that part of it you have pretty much no control over, because your stem cells are decreasing. And for myself, I had all kinds of issues from Desert Storm. I came out of Desert Storm with what they call Gulf War illness, Gulf War syndrome. Thank goodness Bob did not have it. But the things I dealt with was nerve pain. We might have had post-traumatic being crazy, but we won't go there. Just kidding. I had nerve pain and muscle and joint pain, colon issues, sleep disturbances, ended up with colon cancer down the road. So all these things were coming from things that they injected into us, like anthrax, and the burning oil fields that we were exposed to over there. And about 250,000 veterans out of Desert Storm, just that one war, not all the other things that went on from Iraq, et cetera, they developed Gulf War illness. So I tried all kinds of holistic things for almost 30 years to feel better. And most of them helped to some degree, from acupuncture and chiropractic and all kinds of different things. But none of them completely got rid of everything. If I was away from doing those things, the pain would come back, until I found a product that I'm going to tell you about that increased my stem cells. And it's called X39. It actually, when I first heard about it, to be honest with you, I was very skeptical. The person that told me about it, I really trusted his what he was telling me. I didn't understand the technology, so therefore I thought it was not going to work, and I was probably going to get my money back after I used it. But obviously, 2.5 years I'm here talking to you because not only did it work, but it worked so well. And some things quickly, like sleep. Some things took time, like sciatic pain going away and nerve pain going away. But over a 7-month period, all of my symptoms from that Desert Storm illness have gone away. Now, we can't say we cure or prevent disease, but I don't have the symptoms anymore. So to me, that's absolutely wonderful to not be living with that. So here's some of the benefits of the stem cell activation patch. Increasing your strength and building muscle, definitely. Reducing inflammation happened very quickly in most people, including myself. And that gives you more stamina and more energy and vitality. If you're feeling better, if you're out of pain, if you're sleeping better, all those things combine to just give you more energy and more oomph for life. You just really enjoy what you're doing. So all these things happen. The other thing that happened is I looked younger, according to my friends. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" "Well, are you getting Botox or injections? What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm wearing a patch, but thank you very much." So yeah, it also makes your skin do better things, and it builds muscle back in your face. So it lifts things up and things aren't sagging quite as much, and decreases age spots and wrinkles and all those kinds of things. So that was a bonus. Wasn't expecting it. Wasn't why I went on it, but thank you very much. And I'm sorry, that was from another presentation. So aging is not lost youth. It's a stage of opportunity and strength. And really, what is your next adventure? I want people to be dreaming again of what they can do when their bodies feel better. And my take-home point for you is, yes, your doctors have a lot of information. They do. And they're taught on the medical model of giving medications. Not their fault. That's what they're taught. And the big pharma controls our world. We need to have it control less by looking at other ways that you can heal your body and feel better without the use of drugs. So that's my wish for you, to live longer and to live well. And that's what I have for you slide-wise. There's my little information, which you already have. And I'm going to stop my share and see if anybody has any quick questions.
That was very
Thank you,
good.
Robert.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I highly recommend that y'all set up one-to-ones so that Janet can go into more detail about it and just try it. So anybody have anything real quick? We have maybe time for one quick question. Dave.
Yeah, just real quick, is this part of that LifeWave thing out of Australia, the patch that you wear that's supposed to change the, sound frequency in your body and make you more, is this connected with that in any way, or is that heard of that?
You may be thinking of the same thing. LifeWave is actually technology that was developed for the military. It went to the civilian world. It works on phototherapy, which is wavelengths of light that go into your body and do different things. So it may be the same thing. We are in 80 countries worldwide. So yes, we're in Australia. So you may have heard it through there. But yeah, we're in lots of different places, and we are actually #1 in momentum in a 20-year-old company in all of direct sales in the world right now, because the stem cell activation patch does so many wonderful things.
Okay, great.
Thanks for the question.
Thank you so much, Janet.
Thanks,
That was
Angela.
great information. I love that when a presentation is more than just the product, but something that we can actually take and use and implement right away. Love that. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, let me pull up. I'm just going to finish up a few little slides here. Nothing, and I can't see. There we go. I just want everybody to see. Oh, and be sure to follow Bob and Janet on social media and connect with them and maybe make some introductions for them. If you see your face up here, please make note of the time and add it to your calendar and make sure that you're ready to do your Spotlight presentation on that date. And then we do have openings coming up in October and November. So, and then I have the dates of our meetings that we will not be having. As far as, I don't really have any announcements. If anybody else does, we'll do those in a second. But Thursday is Hire Our Heroes National Hire a Veteran Day. So that kind of fits right in with, who was it here? I can't see everybody, but that's actually perfect for that. And then on Sunday, just a little piece of history, go to National Day calendar and look up Sunday's Buffalo Soldiers Day. Interesting information.
Angela,
Yes.
I went to their conference when they were here in Detroit a number of years ago
Oh,
and
wow.
learned about them. They're just a marvelous group of people.
Awesome. That's cool. You'll have to maybe share that with us maybe next week. That'd be great. And then our inspirational thought I want to end with is, when everything seems to be against you, remember that an airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. So I do not have any jokes for y'all today. I know y'all are so disappointed, but I ran out of time. So I just want to make sure we get everybody out on time. Thank you so much, Janet, for oops, stop share. Y'all don't want to see all my bank information. But I just want to thank you for your timeliness of your presentation, and
Save the chat.
Save the chat if you don't know how to do it. Now on my computer, on the bottom of the chat, there's like 3 little dots out to the side of where you can do emojis, and you click on that, and one of the options is save the chat, and it'll put it in a text file, usually under a file name for Zoom that says Zoom under your documents. So,
Angela, a quick question for you.
Yes.
I'm up next week. How long do we have that? What's that time slot that we need to fill? How many
10
minutes?
to 15 minutes, depending on Q&A. Like if you want to have question answer time, then 10 minutes and
Gotcha.
5 minutes Q&A. Like, so like today, Janet was, think about 15 minutes, right? So if you want to do the whole time, you want to do presentation and not take questions, answers, you can break that 15 minutes up however you want. It's just 15 minutes total.
Gotcha. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Y'all next week. Have a great week.
See you next week. Looking forward to seeing your presentation, Robert. Y'all don't miss it. He's really interesting. You can learn a lot from him. And Jen, it's great to have you here today. And Tony, good to have you too. And Mark, good to see you. Good to have you. And I hope y'all can come back and bring more people. And Dave, good to see you again. It's been a little while since we've seen y'all. So, and John, good to have you. Janet, awesome job.
Hey, Raven.
I'm gonna be getting some more of those LifeWave patches here before too long. So I really did notice the difference when I was using them.
Yeah, I just can't get over how many people have such amazing stories to tell about how they feel better. So yeah, it's a blessing to be in the company.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How do we get that?
Janet, is that a question for Janet?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. John, we just need to have a one-to-one, and I'll figure out what's best for you and how to work that out for you. Yeah, you basically sign up and they send them directly to you.